Hi ECFC families, I'm Miss Sharadan. So social and emotional learning is a big focus at early childhood and of course throughout the district. But I get to do something really fun with you guys while we are learning at home. We're going to continue working on our social and emotional learning. We thought that would be really helpful as we're all sort of getting into new routines with this distance learning while we're all home. And we also thought it would be great to sort of lend some of our tools that we use at early childhood to the grown-ups at home who are with their kiddos and are helping to make sure that they're still learning and growing while we can't be in our building. So I will come to you probably a couple of times a week with a new video surrounding either some of our behavior expectations at early childhood or doing some actual social and emotional learning lessons that we do at school. So first, before we talk about those lessons, I need the boys and girls' help to go through our 3 B's, which are learning expectations at school. I'm sure that they have rattled them off already. So boys and girls, I need you to help me and teach your parents or whoever the grown-ups are that are with you today about our 3 B's. I have pictures and we'll say what they are, okay? First is be safe. And then we have be kind. And third, we have be a good listener. Isn't he cute with those big ears? So let's talk about maybe some examples of these expectations. We use these at school to help teach our kiddos what we want them to do because we find that works better than always telling them what we don't want them to do. So let's go through some examples. This first one is be safe. Boys and girls, can you tell the grown-ups who are with you a good example of how you are safe at home? Grown-ups, if your kiddos give you a good idea, put it in the comments below. This is so hard to not be able to actually talk to each other. So we'll have to do it this way. One of the ways that my kiddos and our family are working on being safe at our house right now is to do lots of hand washing and staying home as much as we can. That's one of our big be safe focuses right now. Be kind. This one's cute with that heart there. What's an example of how you are kind at home? Our little ECFC students. At our house, now that we are spending so much time together, we're working on being kind by sharing our toys and taking turns and all of those things that brothers and sisters sometimes have trouble with when they're together a lot. And then be a good listener. This one is a great one because we can use it to help us with lots of things. A good example for us at home, I have a kindergartner who is of course practicing some of the things that she's learned in kindergarten. So that's one of the expectations that we focused on is being a good listener. So she does the work that she needs to do and then she gets to choose what she wants to do. So she follows directions. She's being a good listener. And then her work is done and she gets to do some of the things that she wants to do. So we use a curriculum at early childhood and the K-5 buildings use this as well called Second Step, and it is a social and emotional learning curriculum. And what it does at the preschool level is to teach kiddos how to be good listeners, for example, how to follow directions, how to be good friends, which we'll talk about a little bit too. And then as we get a little bit later, we'll talk a little bit more about our feelings and where we feel those and what we do with them, which is important information too. So what we'll do here is, and we'll do a variety of things here. I have part of the curriculum is that we have like story cards, which your kids will probably recognize. We also have what we call puppet scripts. So in conjunction with those story cards, we might use our puppets. Ask your kiddos, what are their classroom puppets' names? This is Eric and this is Aaron. We'll talk about that later, but each classroom has named their puppets. Let's see if I can remember a few. Miss Jen, Jack and Jill, and Miss Lexi are, Jack and Rose from Titanic. If your kiddos can remember what their puppets' names are, put them in the comments so we can share that with some of our friends. But we'll do a little bit of those too. But the important thing to remember here is that these cards and the lessons are not designed to be like well rehearsed. They are designed to elicit some conversation. So because we can't actually talk to each other, what we might do is, as we're going through some of these lessons, I might ask you guys to leave me a couple of comments so that everybody else watching can see what your kiddos are saying. And there might be some funny little pauses where I'm asking a question, so your kiddos get a chance to answer that question to you guys. So what we'll do, let's do our first lesson. And this is a really great one to start off with. These are really good tools to use at home, parents and grown-ups and whoever's taking care of the kids. So let's first talk about how we can be a good listener, because that is sort of just the basis of everything that we need to do. When you listen, your eyes and your ears and your voice and your body each have a special thing to do. Boys and girls, can you help us remember what our listening rules are? I'm going to show you and you say it with me, okay? Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices are quiet, and our bodies are calm. You remembered! Good work. So we're gonna practice that with one of our cards. I'm gonna show you a picture and we're gonna look really closely to see if we can see some of the clues that these friends are following the listening rules. Remember again, eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices are quiet, body is calm. Okay, here is our first card. This is Tina and it's group time. Tina's telling the class about her orange cat. His name is Marmalade. Tina likes to pet her cat and hear him purr. She says Marmalade's whiskers tickle her. Look carefully at the people in this picture and tell me if you can see if they're listening to Tina. How do you know? Let's look at these kiddos. Can you find somebody in this picture with eyes watching? This is Tina here. This is her teacher. And she has a couple of friends here. Look at their eyes. They're all looking at Tina. So she knows that they're listening. What about their ears? You can't see what their ears are doing, but it sure looks like they're listening to her. And their bodies are calm. Do you see that her friends have their hands in their lap? All of those things tell Tina that her friends are listening and they like to hear what she's saying. Tina feels happy that her friends are listening to her, and when she finishes telling them about her cat, some of the other kids take turns telling the class about their pets, and everyone keeps listening. That's great. They did a nice job. Boys and girls, I'm sure that when you looked at that picture, you could see all of those things because we have been practicing those listening rules all year long. So just make sure at home you're practicing those listening rules again. Should we do it one more time for your grown-ups because they don't know these yet? Should we practice again? Okay. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices are quiet, body is calm. Thank you for your help today, everyone. I'll see the next time I see you, we will talk about focusing our attention, okay? Have a good day.